Hello everyone, welcome to this course. So today we are going to discuss about the chapter
Body fluids and circulation.
So in this chapter there are totally 6 topics.
Okay.
So the first topic is blood. Under blood we are going to discuss about 4 subtopics: plasma, formed elements, blood groups, coagulation of blood. Okay. So and then the second topic is lymph, which is also known as tissue fluid. And the third topic is circulatory pathways. Human circulatory system, cardiac cycle, and electrocardiogram. Okay. Electrocardiogram.
Okay.
And the fourth one is double circulation. And the fifth one is regulation of cardiac activity. Sixth one is disorders of circulatory system. Okay.
So here are disorders in every topic.
Yeah.
In respiratory system, digestive system, and
So in every system we'll be seeing about disorders.
Okay.
So now we are going to discuss about the first topic, which is blood.
Okay.
Okay. So this blood is a connective tissue, and it is composed of fluid matrix, plasma, and formed elements. Okay. So now we will see about plasma.
Okay.
So plasma constitutes about 55% of blood. About 55% of blood is plasma.
Okay.
Okay. So
It's colorless. Plasma
is colorless. It's colorless and viscous fluid. So 55% of blood is plasma. Okay. So in this plasma, 90 to 92% of plasma is water.
Okay. So don't it's colorless.
No, not yet. Because of the proteins, it is colorless. And 90 to 92% of plasma is water. Proteins constitute 6 to 8% of plasma. Okay. And so these proteins are nothing but fibrinogen, globulins, and albumins. So these fibrinogen help in clotting or coagulation of blood clots. Okay, when we have some wounds in our skin, blood clot will be formed. So that is because of fibrinogen. And globulin acts as defense mechanism. Albumins, they help in osmotic balance. Osmotic balance is nothing but the fluid balance. Okay. So fibrinogen, globulin, albumins. Fibrinogen is for clotting or coagulation of blood. Globulin is for defense mechanism, and albumins is to help in osmotic balance. Okay. So in plants there are some minerals also present. Okay, in plasma. So here sodium ion, calcium ion, magnesium ion, hydrogen carbonate, and chloride ion. So these are present in plasma. Okay. So these plasma also contains glucose, amino acids, lipids, etc. Okay, these are present in minute amounts in plasma. Okay. So the factors for coagulation or clotting of blood. So those factors, there are some factors also which are present for coagulation or clotting of blood, other than proteins which help in coagulation or clotting. So these factors is present in an inactive state in plasma. Okay. So plasma without clotting factors is known as serum. Plasma which cannot clot, that kind of plasma is known as serum.
So these plasmas are known as
Anti-serum, they can clot it. Okay. So this is about plasma. So next we will see about formed elements. So now we are going to discuss about formed elements in blood. So these formed elements is of erythrocytes, RBCs, leukocytes, which is also known as WBCs, and platelets. So these 3 are formed elements. So these formed elements constitute up to 45% of blood. So 55% of blood is plasma. 45% of blood is formed elements. So in that we are going to see in detail about erythrocytes, which is also known as RBCs, red blood cells. Okay. So here these red blood cells are most abundant cells in blood. Okay. So these range from 5 million to 5.5 million of blood. Okay. So these are formed in the red bone marrow. These RBCs are formed in bone marrow, and these RBCs do not have nucleus in most mammals. So if you see amphibians like frogs, they will be having nucleus. So in most of the mammals, these red blood cells do not have any
because
nucleus.
they do not have bone marrow.
Which one?
The bone marrow. The red blood cells are formed in the bone marrow. They are not having bone marrow, so that they are not having cells or
They are not having nucleus.
nucleus.
We are not having nucleus. In mammals, most of the mammals like humans and everything, and every animals like cows, cats, every mammals, they do not have a nucleus in them. Okay, nucleus in the RBCs, red blood cells. So if you take amphibians like frogs, they will be having nucleus in red blood cells.
And red blood cells.
Nucleus is present inside red blood cells. Okay. So here it has a red color iron containing pigment called hemoglobin. Okay. So it is a complex protein which is red in color and contains iron. Okay. And 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin in every 100 ml of blood. So in every 100 ml of blood there will be 12 to 16 grams of hemoglobin. Okay. So the lifespan of these RBCs are 120 days. Okay. And after 120 days these RBCs will be destroyed in spleen. Okay. So the spleen is also known as graveyard of red blood cells. Okay.
So where the spleen is located?
Spleen is located in, spleen is a lymphoid organ. It is located in specific regions. Okay. So here these are about erythrocytes. Okay. So these are most abundant cells and they are produced from red bone marrow. And these do not have nucleus in most of the mammals and everything. Okay. So this is about erythrocytes. So next we'll see about leukocytes and platelets. So now we are going to see leukocytes in form elements after erythrocytes. So here leukocytes are nothing but these are WBCs, white blood cells. So why they are white in color? Because they lack hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is the red color, which is giving to the red blood cells.
But this
so
is
since it is
colorless.
lacking hemoglobin, it is colorless. Okay. And these leukocytes are nucleated. They have nucleus. And these are present in a small amount in blood, about 6,000 to 8,000 volume of blood. And these are short-lived.
Okay. Shorter lifespan than RBC.
Yeah. And these leukocytes are divided into two: granulocytes, agranulocytes. Okay. So in granulocytes there are three divisions: neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. And in agranulocytes there are two divisions: lymphocytes and monocytes. Okay. So here neutrophils, this one is the more abundant cells in WBCs. Okay. It is composed of about 60 to 65% of WBCs. Okay. And basophils are from 0.5 to 1% of WBCs. Basophils, which is also granulocyte. So here neutrophils and monocytes. Monocytes are here under agranulocytes. So these monocytes are 6 to 8% of WBC. Okay. So these neutrophils and monocytes together form phagocytic nature. Okay. They act as phagocytic and destroy foreign organisms. Okay. And basophils. So here it is basophils, which consists of 0.5 to 1% of WBCs. So they secrete some proteins called histamine, serotonin and heparin, etc. So these are involved in inflammatory reactions. Okay. So and then eosinophils, which is under granulocytes. So these eosinophils constitute about 2 to 3% of WBC and they resist infections.
Okay, they only resist infections.
So and then lymphocytes here under the granulocytes. So these lymphocytes constitute about 20 to 25% in WBC. So these all comes under leukocytes. 20-25%, and it consists of two forms: B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So therefore B cells and T cells, B and T forms are available. So these both are responsible for immune response of the body. Okay.
Immune response. Okay, any germ attack test means?
Yeah, bacteria, it can be any virus. It fights with it. Okay. So here we saw about all these things. Neutrophils are composed of 60 to 65%. Eosinophils is 2 to 3%. Basophils is 0.5 to 1%. lymphocytes 20 to 25% and monocytes 6 to 8%. Here neutrophils and monocytes, so these both act as phagocytic in nature. They destroy other foreign organisms. And basophils secrete histamine, serotonin and heparin.
So this gives signal to neutrophils and monocytes to attack.
No. They have phagocytic conditions. They will be killing some germs or organisms which are entering the body.
Okay.
So these do not, the B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes does not give any function to neutrophils and monocytes.
Okay.
So phagocytic is that something which engulfs the germs, dust and other organisms and everything. Okay?
And water.
So these two, neutrophils and monocytes are phagocytic. Eosinophils are 2 to 3% and resist infection. Basophils are 0.5 to 1%, which is involved in inflammatory reactions, and lymphocytes largely on immune response. Okay. So these are the functions of leukocytes. So next week, informed elements. Up till now we have seen about RBCs, WBCs. So next week we are going to see about platelets.
Okay.
So after seeing platelets, we will be going to blood groups. Okay. So now we are going to see platelets in formed elements of RBCs and WBCs. So these platelets are also known as thrombocytes. Okay, and these platelets are formed from cell fragments produced from the megakaryocytes.
Okay.
So megakaryocytes are nothing but special cells in bone marrow. So these special cells in bone marrow is known as megakaryocytes. So these platelets are fragments produced from megakaryocytes. Okay. So in blood, these constitute about 1.5 to 3.5 million. Okay, and million platelets. These release variety of substances, mainly for coagulation or clotting of blood. Okay, so these release substances mainly for clotting of blood, like fibrinogen. So reduction in number of these platelets can lead to clotting disorders.
Okay.
That results in excessive loss of blood while any cuttings have been done in the body. So this is about platelets. Okay. So next we are going to see about blood groups. So there are various types of groupings has been done with blood groups. So the most commonly done are ABO grouping and RH grouping. Okay. So we will be seeing in detail about ABO grouping and RH grouping. Okay.
The next step.
Now we are going to see about different kinds of blood groups. So in that we have discussed that two blood grouping is most widely used. So that is ABO grouping and RH grouping. So first we will see what is ABO grouping. So ABO grouping is done in blood with respect to their antigens and antibodies which is present in their RBCs and plasma respectively. So there are it is divided into 4 kinds of blood groups. Okay, based upon the antigens present in the RBCs. So antigens are nothing but chemicals that induce immune system. Okay. Antibodies are produced with in response to antigens. Antibodies are the products which are produced in the response with antigens. Okay. So here blood group A. So how it is kept as A means. So these antigens. These blood group have antigens, A antigens on RBCs. Okay. Kind of A antigens on RBCs is known as A. So antibodies which produce against these antigens. These are the products which are produced against these antigens. So it produces anti-B. Okay. And the donors group. What are the groups can donate to the person having A blood group? Is A and O. Both A blood group and O blood group persons can donate blood to A blood group person. So in blood group B, B antigens are present on RBCs and anti-A.
So the both are opposite antibodies. For A it's B and for B it's A. Okay.
So anti-A antibodies are present in plasma, and the donors group is B and O. So B, persons having B and O blood group can donate B. Person having B blood group. And blood group AB have antigens both A and B on their RBC, and they do not have antibodies in their plasma. So the donor groups are AB, B, A, O.
Everything comes under the.
So therefore AB is known as universal recipient.
So because donors, any donor can give blood to
AB. Okay. So and the O blood group, they do not have any antigens on their RBC, and they have anti-A and B.
both A and B.
Both anti-A and anti-B present in the plasma. And a donor group which can donate O is O. So since O blood group can give acts as donor group for all the blood groups, it is known as universal donor. Okay. AB is universal recipient, O is universal donor.
Why is it universal donor?
Because it can donate.
Can give to donate to everyone.
Okay. So this is the first kind of blood group, which is ABO grouping, and the second we are going to see about RH grouping. So RH grouping is nothing but RH antigen, which is present on the RBC, surface of the RBC. It is an extra antigen present on the surface of the RBC other than these antigens. Okay. So this is RH antigen is similar to which rhesus monkey has. So rhesus monkey also have RH antigen in them. So this antigen is of two kinds, RH positive, RH negative. So those have RH antigen, it is known as RH positive. Those do not have those antigen is known as RH negative. Okay. So if RH negative blood is if exposed itself to RH positive blood, these RH negative blood group produce some antibodies against RH positive blood group. Okay. So for the well example is that when a mother having RH negative blood group, okay, but her child is having RH positive blood group in her womb. Okay. So she is carrying the child. So in the first delivery of the baby, the RH positive of the child positive blood of the child can expose to the mother. Okay, expose them to the mother, and therefore the mother group, which is RH negative. So these negative antigens produce antibodies against the RH positive. Okay, so therefore the second baby, which is formed in the mother's womb, it will be killed because of those antibodies which are produced in the first baby. Okay. So therefore, after the delivery of the first baby, the mother is given with antibodies against these RH positive.
Okay.
The antibodies against which these RH negative blood group, which prepare antibodies against RH positive. Okay. So this can cause to the second baby, it will be infecting the second baby. So it can cause severe anemia, jaundice and everything. So this condition is known as erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay. Can you understand? Yeah. So next we will see about coagulation of blood. So now we are going to see coagulation of blood.
Okay.
So here coagulation is nothing but clotting. Okay. So when some injury or some cut is happened in your hand, immediately some red color scum is formed, brown color scum is formed. It is due to clotting of blood. Okay. So this clotting, it is done in response to injury or some injury to prevent excess of blood loss. It prevents excess of blood loss. Okay. So these clots generally are formed by network of threads called fibrins. Okay. So these fibrins, they act on dead and damaged formed elements, and what these fibrins do, they trap those formed elements, dead and damaged RBCs, WBCs, platelets. So these fibrins will trap them. Okay. So these fibrins are formed by the conversion of inactive fibrinogen in the plasma by the enzyme thrombin. Okay. So First, these fibrils are present inactive state, present as inactive state, which is called as fibrinogen. Okay. So these fibrinogens, with the presence of the enzyme thrombin, they convert into active fibrils.
Okay.
So these fibrinogens we have already seen in that platelets. Okay. So this enzyme thrombin, no, it is also present in the inactive stage known as prothrombin.
Okay.
So this prothrombin, with the help of the enzyme thrombokinase, forms thrombin. Okay. Can you understand? So after forming thrombin, this thrombin acts on growth of fibrinogens and forms fibrils. Okay. So an injury stimulates the platelets to release certain factors, okay, which also acts on the coagulation. Okay. So some other ions and tissues also help in coagulation. For example, calcium ions, they play a great role in coagulation. Okay. So next we will see about lymph, which is also known as tissue fluid. Okay. Now we are going to see our second topic, which is lymph.
Okay.
So this lymph is also known as tissue fluid. Okay. So some water, along with many small water soluble substances, move out of the vessels, move out of the blood vessels, and enter into the spaces present in between the tissues. Okay. So leaving proteins and most of the formed elements in the blood vessels. So these can diffuse from blood vessels. Okay. So these are mainly consist of water and some water soluble substances. So these have some mineral distribution, which are same in the plasma. Okay, which is equal to the plasma. So these lymph exchange gases and nutrients, okay, between the tissue, between the blood and the tissues. Okay, and this exchange of gases and nutrients occurs through the fluid lymph. Okay, so this lymphatic system is a system which collects this fluid in them. Okay, it also occurs in the villi and
It is also colorless
fluid. Yeah, it is also colorless fluid. So this lymphatic system only collects this fluid, lymph, which is coming out of the blood vessels. Okay. So these are colorless fluid contains specialized lymphocytes. In this lymph, there are specialized lymphocytes are present. So these specialized lymphocytes participate in immune responses. Okay, like B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So fats, which are digested, which are broken into simpler substances by bile. So they are absorbed through lymph.
Okay.
In the lacteals present in the villi. So inside the villi there will be lymphatic system. So lymphatic system will be in various regions in our body. Okay. So these absorb fats. Okay. So next we will see about circulatory pathways.
Circulatory pathway.